All right, folks, welcome. Pete and C, Pittsburgh, what's up? Let's get the app battle going. What do you say? We need a lot more than that. So we'll build up to it, right? We'll get there. Just appetizer right there. So, again, we're in the app battle. If you're not sure what that is, you're here now, so you can't get up. No rule 2 here. Just kidding. So, this is going to be very informal. If you haven't got that vibe yet from any one of you know us, this is going to be a lot of fun. If you at least have fun today, we'll take that. But we're hoping 3:30 on a Tuesday, you're going to get some energy and definitely learn something, we hope. I'm going to introduce our contestants in a second. This is truly going to be a battle, okay? First off, I'm Coach John Craig. I'm your MC for the evening. Hold on, let me get my formal attire on. All right. So, 15 years in education. I was a social studies teacher turned instructional coach. I am now in my first year as assistant high school principal. Originally from Pittsburgh, went to West Allegheny, and now I'm out in Bucks County, PA, outside Philadelphia, but my kids still bleed black and gold. Don't forget about that. All right, so let's meet our first contestant. That is Mr. Ryan Berger, our private kindergarten. I've known Ryan since KTI 17. Looks like kindergarten cop, the tallest kindergarten teacher in the country. But if you want to see great things, his Twitter feed is amazing. I wish my kids could have had him. Incredibly inspiring kindergarten teacher, tech stuff, awesome. One more time for Ryan Berger. Next up, I believe, is the law firm, Kevin Deisler. KTI 18, lead learner in 2019 from Centennial School District. He is the master of Legos and all things tech and circuits. Give it up for Kevin Deisler. Next, we have the pride of IU9, Greg the Hammer Macer. Give it up for Macer. Earbud pioneer, again, all things makerspace and a complete brilliance on display. Give it up for Greg Macer. And our sole, and our sole female contestant, the pride of Council Rock North. Give it up for Holly Woodard. She's not chasing unicorns. She's a high school and ELA teacher. Our sons, actually, the first time we met is our sons were in the same preschool. We didn't know each other until KTI, when our kids were friends before we knew it. How crazy is that? We ended up together and now we're talking all the time. So give it up for our 4 app battle contestants. Really for this, we'll go over the rules in a second. The one thing you might need a device for at the least is we're going to do voting through Mentimeter, so that information will be up there at menti.com if you want to queue it up. But we'll need your participation to vote. You're going to vote on our winners as we go through things. So let's look at our app battle rules. So there will be 3 rounds and then an app smash bonus round at the end, where each contestant is going to present a tool or app based off of what the ISTE standard wheel has. So we're going to connect our ISTE standards. They're going to spin a wheel, and they have to present a tool connected to that standard and how they use it in the classroom or how they advise people to use it. The audience will determine the winner. Each one will have 2 minutes to present that tool, and then you guys get to vote on each round's winner. At the very end, there is a bonus round with an app smash, which is worth 5 points. So you see we'll have 5 points for first, 3 points for second, 1 point for third, but the app round at the end will be for 5 points, and there's only one winner. By the way, up front here, we have, if you know 8 Mile, Mom Spaghetti, we have the Mom Spaghetti trophy with the Heinz bottle on the bottom. This is going to go to our champion. I don't know why Deisler put tiramisu here, but he'll have to explain that later. There's a tweet about tiramisu. We'll figure that out. So we do have a trophy.
Loves tiramisu.
All right.
Especially day old.
Day old tiramisu is her favorite.
So we are ready to rock, and I'm going to keep score on paper. Very high tech. We'll count votes and scores through the Menti here. I'll try to keep it secret that way, but the unicorn chaser thinks she's going to run away with it right from the get-go, so we'll see. There we go. So cheering's encouraged, clapping's encouraged, booing not encouraged. All right. So let's rock and roll. Round 1. First up is Mr. Ryan Berger. All right.
Yeah.
Supposed to be vodka music. There we go. All right, music left. Go ahead.
We gotta see what we get here. Hopefully it's something good. No whammy, no whammy. Come on, no whammy.
No whammy.
We've got Empowered Learner, Mr.
We
Berger.
sure?
All right.
Empowered Learner, Mr. Berger. Bring Empowered Learner.
Let's see what we have here for Empowered Learner. All right, so Empowered Learner, we want the students to leverage technology, be an active role in choosing, demonstrating their knowledge. So, is there a website or an app? Is there a website or app that you can draw pictures, add photos, videos, add text, label, voice? Will it work on Android devices? Will it work with iOS? Will it work with Kindle Fire? Will it work with Chrome, Firefox, even Edge browser? I don't know if that's possible.
Is there an app? Is there an app?
Seems too good to be true. Yes, there is.
And that app is?
Oh, okay. This is Seesaw. Woo! Seesaw is one of my favorite tools. Seesaw, you can add photos, you can add video, you can upload photos or video from your device. What I love is the kids can draw pictures in it. So with kindergarten students, after we read a story, you can tell them to go draw a picture of what the setting is, and then they add their voice. So they're still learning the writing process. They might not be able to write it all out, but they can tell you with their own voice what they learned. Just a few of the other apps that it'll work with. Pretty much if you can make it into a PDF, a movie, or an image, it will work with Seesaw.
30 seconds.
Just remember, I teach kindergarten, so if when you're voting, think of the 5 and 6 year olds that I work with. So if you don't vote for me, you're not voting for them. Aww. So just remember that.
It's unfair.
Oh, 10
I don't have
seconds.
any spies out in the crowd. I'm just here for the kids, the little ones way down here, 5 and 6 year olds. So remember that when you're voting.
So that's Berger with Seesaw. Next up, Kevin Deisler.
Okay. Let's see.
2 minutes on the clock.
Knowledge constructor. I want that one.
Knowledge constructor. Are we going for that? Mr.
That's what I'm going for.
Mr. Deisler.
Whammy!
Bang!
Yeah!
Constructor. Let's go.
All right. Wait,
What do
I
you
got it.
for that?
I got it.
What do you got for that, Mr.
I got it.
Deisler?
Hang
Let's
on.
go. Time's
I
ticking.
gotta put my cape on first.
Okay, but you gotta help you, Deisler.
It'll help. It'll help. All right. Knowledge constructor. Students critically curate a variety of resources using digital tools. They want to make meaningful learning experiences for themselves and others. Is there a website that allows students to share what they have learned? Is there a website or app that allows students to take video, photos, multiple photos, draw their own picture, text and...
Yes, Seesaw.
And Berger, chime down. Let's go.
OneNote.
OneNote.
OneNote. Read, write. You can do all sorts of math, draw. You can add audio. You can translate. There's so much that you can do with just this app. I use this app here today, yesterday, take notes on my phone, automatically goes to my iPad, automatically goes to my Chromebook, take pictures, it's there, it's everything in one place. Students use it, create a class notebook. You can then assign tasks to students, you can collect work back, you can have a content library, which is like your filing cabinet, collaboration space. Kids can work together in real time to solve different things, and you have each individual student notebooks that you can work with. You also have a staff notebook that administrators could set up and do the same thing with staff.
30 seconds.
Also promotes literacy with the immersive reader. The immersive reader is really cool. You can highlight the parts of speech. You can, it reads to you. It does so much, and here we are in the last 15 seconds or so that
10 seconds.
there it is. OneNote. It's the best.
Hey, give it up for Dysler and Immersive Reader. Hand that off. Next up is Mr. Macer.
Yes. Lowest volume I've ever listened to this song at. Right there, right? Alright. No microphone. Oh, I gotta click it.
Let's go.
Wait, well, this is the good part. And mine's not gonna take 2 minutes because it's
Spin the
that
wheel.
good.
I gotta spin the wheel here, Mr.
Oh, that's right.
Macer.
I don't know what it is yet. Oh boy, here we go. It doesn't matter what it is, I got it. This next app right here.
Innovative designer.
Right?
Disney standard innovative designer. Go Macer.
Okay, I got this. Alright, so I just want you all to know that Burger might deal with just those little ones, right? I'm dealing with every kid. Alright, every kid, K to 12. So even the littles, but even those big ones that might scare you a little bit, but they got hope. So when you vote, know that, right? I'm every kid.
Time is ticking. Mr. Macer.
I literally need 30 seconds
Really
for this
hard.
app. Alright, so we went over Seesaw, right? I want to give you the one app that every one of you is going to go and at least download and try. Alright, so if that's what you're voting on right now. Everybody's done Seesaw. Just chill out, man. I know I'm in front of the thing. Everybody's done Seesaw. Who is it? Her immersive reader. And then whatever Holly's going to do, whatever. But Yo Puppet, now that is an app. Right? Because every one of you has went home at one point in time and said, man, I wish there was an AR version of this sock puppet, And instead now, you don't even need to take old dirty socks and put little googly eyes on there. No. Right here, Yo Puppet, you just hold your hand up like this, and you do this, and it'll talk, right? So your kids can use it and make stuff. You can as well. I did a couple, right? And I just learned about it 2 weeks ago and literally tried it 3 times.
Hear about it?
From Burger. So I guess if you're voting for this one,
Two tools in there.
you're voting for this one. It's both the littles. It's everybody. So yeah, Yo Puppet. All right, and you can download it now. Check it out, and you'll play with it one time.
Well above time. Good job for Mr. Macer. Bring it up for Holly. Sam, I'm trying to get up. Holly, I'm trying my best.
It's very pretty.
Really?
I'm starting the clock on this here.
Oh, please
shortly.
do.
I want to thank you all for coming today. As the sole female representative here, I just want to thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to use my voice today.
Spin the wheel, please, Mrs. Woodard.
All right, let's see what we got.
No whammy.
No whammy, I don't want that whammy. Ooh, empowered learner. Empowered learner is a good one. I'm a high school English teacher, so I have the task of making sure my students are ready for the world of independent learning. So one of the tools that I like to use is a program called Actively Learn. As I see many familiar faces who saw me earlier today because I presented with Karen Seiwell and we pretty much bullied you to come see us again today, this afternoon. I thank you for coming. You've seen this, and essentially what Actively Learn does is it digitizes our literature, and it allows me to have the students go through the literature at their own pace, own time, and it's available for all curricular areas. I use it for English. It's also available in social studies, science. You can upload documents, upload scans of your text, so on and so forth. And essentially what it does is it gives you multiple ways to provide the information to your students. You'll see here you can pick your text, and what it does is it gives you this screen here, and the students will read this information, and you embed questions in here, and in real time you can check for understanding to see whether or not they're understanding what it is that they're reading. You can also insert highlights here that they can click out, and you can provide different types of notes. Essentially, it's a great tool. Teachers have right-click options. They can insert questions, insert notes, insert links. So you can insert video footage. So if you want to do a digital lecture, you can insert that in, and they can read the section, get to the digital lecture, and then they're able to understand what's going on. There's multiple functions. As I told you, there's the digital excerpt part, and then here's where we track the data in real time. Here's the students. This is what we're seeing in real time. Also here, the students have right-click options. They can highlight, take a note. They can hear it, so this is great for our learning disabled students. And it also allows them to translate it in 87 different languages. I just would like to say thank you very much for listening, and I would really appreciate a vote from me.
We got swag for everybody! We got swag!
All right, so we're going to choose winners in a second. We've got Deisler with 1 note. We've got Berger with Seesaw. Is that what it's called? Seesaw?
Seesaw.
Correct, okay. Macer with Yo Puppet. And Holly with Actively Learn. So I'm going to switch over to the Menti here. It'll give the code. And we will check out our results. So it's menti.com. And you put in that code. You want to log in 433719.
And I thank you all for doing that too, by the way. Thank you.
Macer's going for the quality points. Let's hope it works. I just want to see one vote come in.
Pushed it, so.
There, it worked. Okay, Holly's out for the one-person lead. We'll give it.
I got 1 vote.
Oh, yeah, I got one! Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there he is!
27.
Yeah.
26. 25.
Somebody's gonna give you a sympathy.
24.
Oh!
23.
Oh no!
22.
Come on!
21.
There you go. There! Oh
20.
No.
19.
Keep going!
18.
No.
17. 16.
Come on, Kilo!
15.
Vote your conscience! Vote your
14.
conscience!
13.
Keep
12.
going.
This is technology's
Oh!
favorite. 11. 10.
No!
9. 8.
No!
7.
Come on, winner! Come on, winner!
5.
Oh, she's making it.
4.
Go, winner!
3. 2. 1. Time.
Thank you all.
3 points for Burger. 1
I got
for
3.
Acer. And an attaboy for Mr. Deisler.
Attaboy, Dyson.
I
All right,
appreciate
moving on.
that you put me in third. I do.
So, round 2, here we go. 3 rounds and the bonus round. So that was a Holly victory. Here we go. Next round, round 2 coming up. First up, we have Mr. Deisler. Give it a
First thing, you can do it. You can do it, buddy. Okay.
All right. Spin the wheel. I wonder what it'll be. No whammy. No whammy. It's my poor man's Chuck Woolery interpretation.
Global
Here we go.
collaborator.
Global. Look at that.
Okay.
If anything, he's got
Collaborator.
ESP. Let's rock. 2 minutes on the clock. Let's go. Global
right.
collaborator.
Students who use digital tools to broaden their perspectives and enrich their learning by collaborating with others and working effectively in teams, locally and globally. I chose Anchor as my app of choice for this one. I've tried blogging. I need that kind of thing to get what's in here out. And I actually just wrote a blog last night for the first time since 2018.
Oh.
So
When did you do that? We were out all night.
I did. I'm not like Macer up until 5:30, but I was able to get that done. But yeah, it was the first time since 2018. But I found Anchor at a KTI session. It's a really cool way to voice what's going on. So I created a podcast. There are 2 episodes. It's not that exciting, but I don't think I'm that exciting of a guy yet.
Oh.
I'm
not saying anything.
Throw him a vote, please.
You're supposed to say it.
You can listen to it. I got one on Legos and how much I love doing Legos and using Legos in the classroom. I just talk about different things that I do, and my goal is to engage the students. I think it would be a really cool idea to have this as a way to engage the students, have students create their own podcast, share it with each other, shows up on the feeds, where to listen to it, and then as a teacher, what I could do
30
is
seconds.
I could always slide in different types of notes or quiz questions or extra credit or just different things that makes the kids listen to this, get that extra content. It's only a 10-minute long episode, and then that could be homework, that could be a refresher as to what's going on in class, and kids can use it to share what they're working on as well.
I think that tool's free, I
It is
believe.
free.
And on the cell phone, you can run on a cell phone.
You can
correct?
record it right on a cell phone, any device, and it's very easy.
All right, give it up for Deisler and Anchor. Next up,
What?
there was nobody there, guys. There's nobody there. I didn't go backwards. I'm telling you right now.
There's messing with you.
Oh, there's Mason. I swear it wasn't there. Ghost, man, you're a ghost.
So that's
Give it up for Mason. What do we got?
What do we got? Let's spin. Spinning that wheel. Spin, baby, spin. What's it gonna be? I guess we're supposed to. No whammy?
No whammy.
No whammy? Innovative design.
Oh,
no, look at computational thinker. That's good. I like that. All right, so I'm going to share with you Scratch. Scratch, I picked Scratch because I love it and it's awesome, and I changed it on them. I picked something different, and then I'm like, I'm going to do Scratch instead because I love Scratch, and it's one of those things that I go out in the classroom. And so last time I picked one that everybody's not heard of, probably not, and this one I probably picked one that everybody's heard of, but I think it's super important that you continue to use it, and it continues to grow as a product, and it's really good. And I actually have more than one slide for this one because I like it so much. And that you can have kids create games and art and animations and interactivities. And so it's my one way that I kind of go into classrooms and I say, here's a great way to push in STEM into your own classroom, right, into any content area, is to bring in Scratch, because it's teaching kids how to use computer science in a way that helps them create their own thinking, right? So we're not just consuming it, but we're creating media, and that's super important. Plus, it gets kids interested into those future-ready jobs. So now again, remember you're voting, and we were voting for those little kids before.
future ready. That's good.
That scared the living daylights out of me, man. Come on, I got amped up on coffee. The future. Yeah, go the future. No. Oh wait, there's one more slide. And it works with all of these other cool devices like Lego WeDos and Lego Mindstorms and Microbits, the Makey-Makeys, and then your veneer data collecting thing. So that's good stuff. You have follow-up questions?
Scratch costs anything?
No, it's free, dude. Yeah.
Platform agnostic, any platform?
No, just use it anywhere.
Anywhere.
Anywhere
Fantastic.
you want. So yeah, thank you for the follow-ups. I think that helps.
All right.
Oh, and thank you all
20
for allowing
seconds.
me.
20 seconds. This time's yours. Anything you want to do? Anything
Well, I
else?
was just going to thank them, but I can't thank them 20 seconds long. I thank you all so much for...
Time's up. Here we go. You got one more slide. Make code.
No, that's the wrong one. I was supposed to delete that one.
You did not. Give it up for Holly's up. Holly, come on up.
Holly.
Thank you for that first round vote. That was outstanding. The only thing that would be better than that would be a second round vote. So thank you. Think about
Let's
that.
spin the wheel.
Let's spin it.
Yeah, that counts as 2 minutes.
I'm going to start it soon.
Yeah.
Especially
What
if
we
you're
got?
in the lead. It should be like a handicap.
Uh-huh. Should get a minute.
Oh, empowered learner again?
Whammy.
All right, empowered learner again. All right, which is great
Time's
because
on.
again, I teach high school, so the biggest thing that I want my students to do is have independence. So one of the tools that I like to utilize is Go Guardian, and many people use Go Guardian more as like a big brother platform, but I really want you to start thinking about it differently. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with Go Guardian, it essentially allows you to see all of your students' computers, their desktops, in real time. And a lot of people like to use it just to make sure kids aren't on different sites. However, there's a lot more to that that I think can help support your students, and I want to draw your attention to that. So as you see here, here's an example. This is just a class of mine, and I can just check real quick what's happening on their computer, and I can click on one of their desktops and bring it up and kind of see what it is they're doing. If they're writing something, I can see if they're on the right track, so to speak. But there's actually more to it. And again, here we have different data points where we can see a linear view of the work that they're doing. But here's the thing that I like to use it for. I like to provide opportunities for my students to do independent paths. So I like to have mastery paths where kids go and do different things. And it's really difficult in a classroom where you're trying to manage classroom behavior and you want to be able to answer questions. I also work in an inclusion setting, so I have a lot of students that have to advocate for themselves but don't necessarily feel comfortable doing so. And what Go Guardian really does is it allows me to see students and be able to step in when they need me. So I can kind of see when a student's paused, or I can kind of see when a student needs some redirection, but it also allows me to do it in a really discrete method. So I can open up a chat with a student and I can ask them a question directly. So while they're working, I can go in and be like, hey, do you need any assistance with this? I see that you're paused in this. Or I can kind of coach them around like, good job, that first sentence is always the toughest. And essentially, if we can utilize this tool to coach kids up instead of just micromanaging them, it's a really effective tool to allow kids to go and develop that empowered learner. So thanks again, and I'd like to encourage you to vote for Hollywood in 2020. And as a result, I have free swag! You get some swag! You get some swag!
Thank Thank you, Holly and Go Guardian. That is Chromebook friendly, right? Sir, you gotta pay for that one, though, right?
I gotta pay for that.
I gotta pay for that, right? All right. And finishing off this round as Holly's swag is being handed out. It's like a WWF T-shirt launching contest. We got Burger up. Come on, Miss Burger. Finishing out round 2. Get the game face on.
You gotta get this one. All right, we'll spin the wheel, see what we get.
No whammy. No whammy.
Whew.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy!
Whammy. I mean, you should. What happened?
Nobody wants a whammy.
Nobody does.
Nobody wants a
Everybody's
whammy.
curious.
Okay.
All right, 2 minutes to go.
Let's see what we have. All right, so creative communicator, allowing your kids to communicate what they've learned in different ways. What you can see here, kids working on the SHCH, they're dividing the pictures, and then they can add their voice and say, you know, these words here start with SH, these words are CH. We're working on addition here, so the kids went around the room, took pictures of these things that were around the room, solved it, and then used their voice to say what the addition problem was. Here you have the kids doing CVC. It's a secret code, so all these were covered up. They erase it, and then they do the individual sounds, so they're going hot. And then also over here you have kids adding text boxes, and then they can also add their voice into it to share what they've learned. And then again, those adorable 5 and 6-year-old kids up here that I work with, when I grow up, what do you want to be? So again, these kids, they might not know how to write all what they want to say, but if you allow them to just talk and tell what they want to be when they grow up or what they've learned, it's just one click of the button. They can share what they've learned or any questions that they have. And you're all wondering what tool this is.
Does he want to be you, Mr. Burger? There's some guns on
Seesaw.
Oh, Seesaw! I've heard of that before.
Seesaw. It's a pretty good tool. If you haven't heard about it before,
You
Seesaw.
just did that.
Yeah, cheater.
It's very good. Seesaw. What is great too is the communication. You can communicate with parents, so it almost works like texting. So over here, you can have your parents. The parents can text you individually. You can send a message back. You have family announcements. You can send a message out to all your parents.
25 seconds.
I had a parent that they said they were worried about their kids socially, not playing with other children at recess. We were out at recess. I took a video, sent it to the parent, say, "Hey, look, here he is playing with other kids."
Aww.
Gave that parent so much relief. Yes, 5 and 6-year-olds, those parents, you know.
8 seconds.
Enable students' likes. You can turn that on and off. You can have kids comment. So if they post something, another kid in the class can comment on it. And I would always do requires approval, so the teacher sees what the kids write and draw first, because you never know what they're going to draw. So you really want to make sure.
Time.
Oh, and it also goes to family. So you can have family members. Grandmom lives across the country. Grandmom can see what their grandchild is doing.
Time.
They can leave voice messages.
It's like when Pete Rabbit gives out the music, right? You're just down freestyle.
Yeah. I'm out here.
Awesome, Burger. So one more time. That was Deisler with, I already forgot, I'm sorry, man. Anchor. Ooh, that's
I
not good.
already forgot.
Deisler with Anchor. Macer with Scratch. Holly with Go Guardian, and what was it called again, Burger?
Seesaw.
Oh, Seesaw. Burger with Seesaw. So it's the same Menti code. I'm going to switch over there now to do our vote. Same Menti code. We're going to go to slide number 2.
Say your first names again.
Holly. It's
I
Holly.
should. You're right. It's Holly.
It's Holly.
Greg Macer.
I'm Greg, thank you.
Ryan.
Holly.
Ryan Burger is Kevin Dicer. Thank you very much. That's bad playing by the MC. So go ahead and start voting. I'll start a countdown a little bit.
Already Holly's got 2, of course. She paid them.
Yeah, you did. Oh, wait! Oh! No! Yes? All right, good. Keep it up.
This is like a subway.
No.
25.
All right, I'm voting
24.
Go, Burger, go!
23. 22.
All right, Greg, beat Holly. Come on, Greg!
20. 19.
Come on.
18. 17. 16. 15. 14. 13.
Keep it
12,
up.
11, 10,
No.
9, 8,
That's it, man.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time!
There are. It was laggy, the internet.
Big win by Ryan Berger. Second place,
That
Holly
was good that you
Woodard.
got a second chance to present your tool and you finally won. Good job. Second chance learning. Big fan of second chance learning.
It is
Second
not again.
chance
Oh, time out, time
learning.
out. We had objection from the audience there. It is not against the rule. There was no rules that you can't use the same ad more than once. It's that diverse of a product.
No.
It's just that.
Berger, what was it called? Berger, one more time. What's it
That good of a
called?
tool.
Berger, what's it called?
Seesaw.
Oh, okay.
Seesaw.
All right. So we are ready for round 3, our final round before the App Smash round.
Yeah.
Let's rock and roll. Here we go. Moving on, round 3. Okay. First up, we should have Mr. Greg Pacer.
That's me.
Let's
All
bring
right.
this round. Let's go.
Huh?
Get out of third place here. We got to get second. Let's go. Get up to
I
the
know,
mic.
this
Come
is
on.
number 3. All right,
He's
there you go.
beat Berger.
All right, we're gonna spin the wheel.
No
That I've
whammy.
never, no whammy. No whammy. I'm just kidding.
Tough.
Oh, that's so close to a whammy.
Global flavor. 2 minutes.
So what do I got?
Let's go.
All right, I don't even need slides. I'm gonna tell you guys about a product called Seesaw. Because apparently we didn't have to come up with different ones. Well, I did. I picked Flipgrid. Because if you want to communicate globally and be able to connect your students together, Flipgrid's the way to go. Not only is it great, it's free. It can be really used with any student. And they're able to connect not only with their class, but you can connect with a wider audience and actually connect with people around the world. So, you bring in your classroom, you're making it smaller, and you're making the world smaller for your kids so that they can understand, how to communicate more effectively. And they don't have to write anything. They use their voice and their face. Or skip that, man. Let's do some App Smash before we even get there. User, you chill out. You cheated so hard.
I'll allow it.
Thank you. Yeah, so we'll use Yo Puppet, and they can talk with that, just in case they're, don't want to put their face online. So
You can
that's
do that
it.
with Seesaw too.
You can't. Wait your turn. So that's it. Go Flipgrid.
You got 50 seconds of time.
Okay.
You're good. You can be brief. It's all right.
I'm thinking. Thank you again. I've been number 3 2 times. I'll accept it. I'm all right with being number 3. But a number 1 would be nice. But at the same time, Deisler's been number 4. And so I'm kind of like, come on. Bring it on.
Number 3
So,
in
yeah.
the score chart, but number 1 in our hearts, Mason.
Oh,
Give
he's
it up,
number
Mason.
1 in
Here we
my
go.
heart. Yeah.
We done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Moving on, there we go.
I'll give this
Greg
to you.
Mason and Flipgrid. All right. Next up is Holly. Come on back up,
That was a
Holly.
week of
Right.
Thanks, guys.
Trying to get back into first
All
place.
right, I gotta do it. This is a big one for me. This is a big one. I'm not gonna beg, but
I guarantee you pay him
I'm
off.
gonna beg. All right, here we go. Let's go.
No whammy.
Whammy.
Go.
Seesaw. Whammy.
Seesaw. I'm sorry. I teach adults.
Whammy. Do we know what whammy means?
Whoa!
Coach Cray's coming in. I'm stepping in for the whammy round. Here we go. It's
This is
my
what
turn to talk.
This is what Caillou looked like when he grew up.
Hey, so I'm gonna bring one of my favorites. I'm stepping in, and I want to talk about Ed Puzzle. I don't even know that. I didn't even listen to that. I don't want that. I'm coming out here where the people are instead of being a front runner up front. So Ed Puzzle, 3 questions. Do your kids? Some of your kids take longer than others? Yes or no? Yes. Do you wish you could duplicate yourself in the classroom? Absolutely. I wish I could at home too. Number 3 is easily. Do your students love YouTube? What if you put that all into a classroom tool? That is what Ed Puzzle does. Right? You can take any YouTube video, and we all use video in some capacity, okay? You can put in assessments, multiple choice questions, which rate themselves. I didn't start the timer, by the way. I cheated.
That's right, John. Representing me. Take as much time as you need, John. Take as
You
much
can
time as
track
you
your
need.
students' progress. It goes right to Google Classroom. It's almost every LMS friendly. Okay, you can save assignments. You can take a 10-minute video and clip out just the 2 minutes you want. Put in questions, and away you go. So you take the power of Google Forms and then YouTube, smash them together in your classroom. Boom. Right. Other things to think about with YouTube. Ed Puzzle. Was that, again, kids go at their own pace. They can't fast forward. They can't open, PSA, getting ready for PSA test, that video you gotta watch to be trained, right? You can't open that window up and click away. As soon as you click off it, it stops. They have to be present, and they can't fast forward through that video. There's no skipping. Think about not just homework, because that's another topic, but flipping in the classroom, station rotation, kids that are sick, a million different ways, and it will take care of itself. Just to let you know, it is a freemium. You get 20 free lessons before you have to upgrade for more. But you can delete an old one and bring a new one in. So it's like a rotating 20, right? If you want to try it out. They're great. If you contact them, they'll probably give you some free licenses to try it out for longer.
10 seconds.
No, there's a...
Yeah, it is.
Their new feature is called Live Modes. This is great for elementary. So maybe you want to do the Ed puzzle, but you don't want to put them all on their own devices. I don't teach little kids, but I know that struggle. You can do the Ed puzzle together up on the screen, and they get the questions on their device in front of them, so you kind of control the pace. I even saw a 9th grade teacher do it with her kids. It was fantastic. Works with almost any LMS, and it has a bunch of pre-made curriculum that you can go find stuff from other people that they approve, and or people in your school. So if you and all your team in school want to share videos together, you can do that as well. It's all there, and you can take theirs and edit what you want out of it. It's fantastic. If you know Play Pause It, this is what Ed Puzzle is, and it is a tool for any age group, any subject matter, and it just takes YouTube, puts it in your classroom. So that is me and Ed Puzzle.
Good job, John. Good job, Coach. Thank you, celebrity.
Next up, Mr. Berger.
Burger.
I wonder what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to go to the wheel spin for you, if that's okay.
Sure.
Let's go. Let's rock.
Not seesaw. Not seesaw. Not seesaw.
It's not a standard.
Digital citizenship.
Oh man.
That's a tough one. That's tough for kindergarten. Yeah. What do you got for us, Mr. Berger?
I don't know. I mean, so if you're doing with the younger kids, you're working with them, you don't want to give them too many tools and teach them too many different things, and then they have to learn something brand new. You just want them to be familiar with the tool, and then maybe with just one click of a button, they take their work and they're posting it on a blog for other people to see. Now it'd be great if there was a tool out there that they knew that they could do videos, they could have photos, drawings, anything that's PDF. Oh, Macer talked about Flipgrid, where you just your face. Seesaw does that. You hit video and it turns around on your face, and you can do that. You could also use YoPuppet and do the same exact thing. So it's kind of all in one.
What has all those?
It's Seesaw.
Oh!
You don't have to. When you set up your classroom, there is a button that says enable the blog, and then when the kids are done, over here you see this little globe there. They click on that, and then it goes, the teacher gets the alert. So then the teacher has the ability, the chance to say, should I put this out on the web for other people to see, or do I want to send it back? Because Seesaw now has the send back feature. So when the kids post something, you go, ooh, maybe we need to change that or do something different. You send it back, it goes back to the kids as a draft. They can edit it, or the teacher can just delete it altogether. Again, this is shared with the parents, it's shared with people all over the globe. That is Seesaw, if you didn't know. We're here about it before.
One more time, what's that tool called?
Seesaw.
Thank you. All right. Next up, Kevin Deisler. Round 3. Let's go. Bring it, man. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Original, man. Real original.
I'm just, listen, if I end up in 4th place, I can just tell you that every time we've met for this,
Oh, he's the nicest dude.
I just laugh the entire time. It's great. Innovative design.
Let's do it. Let's bring. You got this.
All right. Green screen by Doing. The best $4.99 I've ever spent on an app. Not only can you use this in class, doing all sorts of range of things, from your typical weathercasts to storytelling, paint popsicle sticks green and put little characters on them, do a little puppet show. Not quite like YoPuppet, but actual with physical puppets.
Yeah. That's a negative.
I use this with my kids. Now, if at any point, these are my guys.
You don't take them on vacation.
Yeah. Well, you take them on vacation. If I win this round, though, I promised them that I would take them on vacation. So,
Oh my God. Well played. Well played.
Literally lying to you.
no, but think about it. Not only can you use it in the classroom, if you have the app on your phone, you can bring a little thing of green when you're sitting at a restaurant and you're trying to entertain kids. You can do different things, while you're out. This was at the.
Does the canoe come with the app?
Canoe does not come with the app. This was at one of the museums in Philly, and it was this great big green wall, and I don't know why the wall was green because there was no other green screen stuff there. I'm like, you know what, guys?
Oh, so it was a green. It wasn't set up to be green screen, but you turned it.
I
That's
turned
fantastic.
it into a green screen because that Do Ink app, you can change the chroma color on it, so you can pick a different color.
30 seconds.
Nice, so why are kids wearing life vests by the green screen, but not out on the
It's a great question.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
That's their mother's fault.
You just lost that
Live stream.
This is videotaped.
Yes.
You're in front of the camera.
Yeah, that's right. She's gonna watch it later, and I'll get yelled at. It's okay. All the more reason to feel sympathy for votes again. But
5
green
seconds.
screen by
finished up.
Do Ink, phenomenal in so many different situations.
Does work with Seesaw too.
Hey-o. So again, for that round, we have Deisler doing.
Explain, you got it?
I got you. Yeah. So we got Kevin Deisler doing Do Ink.
Do Ink.
Berger again.
Seesaw.
Ryan Berger doing Seesaw. Greg Macer doing
I don't.
Flipgrid. I actually forgot too. I was hoping he had it.
I was hoping.
And then a vote for Holly would be a vote for me and Ed Paul, so I was the whammy in there. So back to the mentee. Here we go with the last of the regular rounds before we have the App Smash round. Let's go to round 3. Here's round 3. Here we go.
Come on, Kevin.
So there.
Dice, look at you. Oh,
Oh, sympathy vote.
Just stop it now.
Come on.
still in third.
Come on, take a shot, Craig. Come on. Celebrity. Edgy celebrity. Give him some love. Throw him some
At
love.
least in his own mind.
Yeah, that's it. Take it away and put me ahead. Yeah.
No. John.
Oh man, this is gonna be
That's not
Edgy
cool.
celebrity.
Like when it goes down, I feel like somebody got on and took the vote
15,
away.
14,
finish off.
13, 12,
Coach John Craig, edgy
11,
celebrity.
10,
Tuxedo
You can
t-shirt.
vote twice.
Wearing a tuxedo t-shirt.
8,
Bump out the
7,
places.
Let's go.
6, not changing 5,
No, it's not changing.
4,
There you go.
3, 2, 1, time. Who got third?
I can't tell you where we're going.
Who got third? You had to verbalize that one? That's the one, huh?
That's all I
Super
got.
close though.
All right, last round. This is worth only one set of points. Worth 5 points for winner only for our App Smash round. So a little bit of a change up and exciting stuff, putting these apps together. And first up is Holly.
It's Holly.
All right, guys. So I'm a little nervous because we're having issues with the audio. So these are the apps that I'm going to smash together. So we're going to use Storyboard that, Google Slides, Screencast-O-Matic, and YouTube. And I'm just a little nervous that the audio is not going to flow. So if we can't hear the video, I'm going to try and run the audio over there. So if you guys could give me a time extension for that, that would be amazing.
No.
So let's see. Can we hear it?
It's not going to be very loud.
Once upon a
Okay.
time,
Give me a pause or so I can bring the mic over.
a female high school English
It's got a
teacher,
wire.
middle school STEM teacher, instructional technology
come out?
STEM specialist,
Oh,
and
no,
a
it's
6'3"
not.
tall male kindergarten teacher.
Pause.
They can hear it all right.
All right, bring it back.
I can't get that stupid thing out of the way. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
You just mute me?
10 seconds.
Oh, come on. All right. Hold on 1 second.
One.
The
I want this
ultimate
video.
prize.
It's 2 minutes. It's
There
literally
could
2 minutes.
only be one winner.
Wait, bring it back, dude.
All right, let's try again.
Okay.
All right, dude.
I worked hard on this.
Once upon a time, in Peatland, a female high school English teacher, middle school STEM teacher, instructional technology STEM specialist, and a 6'3" tall male kindergarten teacher all came together to present their favorite apps in an old school app battle. All had hoped to be victorious and claim the ultimate prize, but there could only be one winner. Edgy celebrity host Coach John Craig had the privilege of awarding the audience's top choice. Hey, I think we all know how this was going to end. English teacher with an innate ability to lead tour groups was awarded
very angry.
Feeling like the last kid picked to gym class, the middle school STEM teacher sulked. On the first day of kindergarten, the 6'3" male kindergarten teacher sobbed. And I told myself I wouldn't cry. While the female English teacher accepted her award, the others looked on. Edgy celebrity host Coach John Craig reminds us all who the real winners are. It's the kids of Pennsylvania, whose teachers will benefit from the awesome knowledge dropped by our brave, engaging, and oddly attractive actors.
Gentlemen, good luck. So again, that was storyboard that with Google Slides, Screencast-O-Matic, and YouTube, right? All smashed together to make that wonderful story. Burger, come on down, buddy.
I got something different.
The approach music's a little bit better.
Now we
At least-
got it.
Yeah. Need help there?
Nope. I'm just letting it.
Let it marinate a
Let
little
it
bit.
sink in there.
Little marinade.
So, you guys were all thinking seesaw. No, I had Sketches School. I love Sketches School. It is a drawing tool that has like 10 different tools. You have paintbrushes, you have watercolor, you have pens, you have a ruler. So when the kids are drawing, you can make sure there's a straight line. You can save it to your camera roll. Chatterpix, love Chatterpix. Kids can take a picture of something they've made. We've made animals out of Play-Doh. They take a picture of it, put it on Chatterpix, and then they can make their animal talk. They can take a picture of themselves and make it talk. But there's still one more tool that we can put all these things together. So, we had a trip around the world. We were in China, and the kids were learning about giant pandas. So they went on Sketches School, and they drew a picture of a giant panda. Saved it to the camera roll. Put it on Chatterpix and told the facts they learned about giant pandas. And then put it on Seesaw. Now the kids can share with each other in the class, so you could all do different animals, research different animals, share it out, and then you could have like a gallery walk. Because Seesaw also makes QR codes. So your kids could do their own thing, print out the QR codes, put them all the way around the room, different animals, kids scan it, learn about different animals from around the world, and then it has the child's voice. Yeah. Yeah, 5 and 6 year olds. They're doing this all by themselves. Kids know how to draw pictures, save it to the camera roll, put it on Chatterpix. They can do it with Yo Puppet, which was already shared. You could do your own flip grid. And so just think Sketches School, Chatterpix, and Seesaw, if you're not familiar, good tools.
Hold on, real quick. Stand there, take some pictures, tweet the Seesaw anybody, and tag him. Get this man paid or get him some free Seesaws. Seriously, someone take a picture. All the Seesaw drops, they each owe him something. I don't know. All right, here we go.
And again, I mean, just this voice you hear.
We don't need to hear it again.
All right, time's up.
Isn't it adorable? Think about that when you're voting.
Man, that's 2 strong participants right there. Kevin, good luck, pal. Here we go.
All right. Yeah, all right. Lincoln Park cheesy. I need to take over this computer.
I'm out of here.
So there's a lot here. This is called ThingLink, and with ThingLink, you can take an image and you can add a whole bunch of different tags on there. So I took a little bit of Macer's make code that he got rid of to change to Scratch.
Yeah.
I took OneNote, I took Anchor, I took Burger's Chatterpix, added SoundCloud, green screen.
Forget one.
Top right.
Oh yeah, it's the Seesaw.
Yep.
Of course.
That's just a picture. I'm getting out of this. I took the very Google slide that we're in and put that in here. Down here. It'll work. So we can embed Google slide presentations inside of this. And we can go through everything again if we wanted to. I'll get rid of this. This is the Roberto Clemente Bridge. At least I think it's a Roberto Clemente. So there's Roberto Clemente the musical from SoundCloud. We can do all sorts of different objects. There's me in front of the Roberto Clemente bridge. This is the OneNote where you can do who was Roberto Clemente, and you can open OneNote, and it will put all of the information, all the research that kids have done. Here's the podcast if you're using Anchor. Here is my not so cute voice.
Roberto Enrique Clemente Walker. I was a Puerto Rican professional baseball right fielder.
There you go. So there's there's everything, and you can add so much more to this. You can embed things. You can upload different types of media, and it's a great walk around visual tour of something.
It's a 3D, right? It's a 3D VR.
You can do VR in it as well. This is just 2D.
Very cool. Anything else, Mr. Dyson?
ThingLink is awesome.
Give it up for Kevin. There we go. And last, but certainly not least,
No, third.
the hammer from IU13.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
it is.
That's what I was missing the whole time.
Yeah.
It cuts off at that point, right? All right. Let's just get my third place victory going now. Sorry, man. You guys deflated it. Third place every time. So I'm going to assume it's going to be third place again, and that's okay. Because Holly did make a video that, humbled herself. And then Berger had to go and throw in, a little kid's voice, which he always does. When you get that, that's fine. That's cute. And then Dicler kind of is getting, showing you a little tour. So yeah, getting Pittsburgh in there. So I'm going to switch it up a little bit. And I have only one slide for you. So thank heavens, no audio or anything like that. Instead, what I did was I tweeted out something that you can all find if you go and follow at Mr. Macer.
Well played. Well played. You get their
Thank you very much. Because I did notice when we walked in here, during that time, I lost 2 followers, which means 2 people were in here and went, no. I don't think I'm going to follow that. So I apologize. So, it's vibrating.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Oh, no, 1 minute. Oh, okay, so. Oh, it's going nuts now. Hey. I got it back now. I'm feeling number 1. So I did a little Nearpod Tour Creator and Google Earth. And I really just want to share for you the Google Earth part, but you can go on. I just tweeted the thing out, and I did a Nearpod lesson yesterday about using these 3 together. So if you want to go on and actually be a student on that, so I get a report, and I go, wow, that was worth staying up till 5:30 in the morning for. That would be fantastic. I did tweet it out, and a couple people looked. 0 actually did it. But the other thing that I included in there was my Google Earth. And if you haven't done Google Earth in a long time, you can now make projects in Google Earth, and you can share those projects. So what I did was I just picked some places around the wonderful city of Pittsburgh that I thought are worth a visit. Historical, sporting, local attractions, things like that. They're all found in the Google Earth so that you can follow it on your merry way and get to know Pittsburgh a little bit, which is always fun. So I hope that you do check that out. And also to find that, you just want to follow at MRMACER. That's it. I almost said .com.
website.
Yeah, that is a website. I also have a website, MrMacer.com. You don't have to go there, though.
And that's it?
I think so.
All right.
Oh, yeah, I
So,
clicked ahead. Sorry.
it's okay. So, App Smash.
Thank you.
I can't remember everyone's apps, but again, for first names, remember that Kevin Dicler, right? Ryan Berger, Greg Macer,
Greg.
and Holly. So, we're going to go to the final round just to give you an update. Should I do the score update right now? Yeah. So, right now, tied for third, which is not last, but tied for third are Kevin and Macer with 5 points each.
Yes.
Ryan Berger is in second place with 9 points.
Uh-huh.
And Holly's in the lead with 11 points. Remember, there's only one person getting points in this round. So 5 points. Either still, it could be a lock for Holly as long as Berger doesn't get it, but Berger can take the lead. So here we go.
Wait, what if I get it?
You go to a nice, solid second place.
You've already lost.
You've already lost.
Yeah, you've already lost. So vote for me or Macer.
Here we go.
Unless you get it, I get it.
App Smash winner for the App Smash round.
Here we go.
This is it.
This is it.
Oh,
We'll
that's
try to-
different. Holly's won.
Let's see.
There you go.
Ooh.
Look at Dicler.
Come on, Holly.
While we're doing it, we got Macer's.
Oh no, not Burger.
Dicer, what's your Twitter name, guys? Tell your Twitter name again in case they didn't follow
At
you yet.
Hollywood.
At Mr. Dicler.
H-Dubs.
That's at MRDEISSLER, not .com.
Burger, what's your Ryan Burger?
Ryan Burger 18.
18.
I don't know where 18 came from.
Somebody took Ryan Burger.
Yeah.
There's 17.
For the 18th best.
Oh, that's so weird. The guy that only used Seesaw, there's like 17 of the same of you.
Yes.
Shocking.
All right, so we'll do a countdown here. I'll do I'll do a 20-second countdown when we get to 90.
Go.
I'll do 20 seconds when we get to 90.
Everybody.
Why not?
I shared a map. You did.
You shared a map. You didn't make a video though.
Go, Burger, go.
Come on, what are?
Go, Burger,
20,
go.
H-Dubs, H-Dubs,
19,
H-Dubs.
18,
Go.
17,
Yeah, I should have.
16,
Let's go.
15,
Come on,
14,
finish strong, finish
13,
strong.
12,
You're really
11,
excited.
This is great.
10,
This is great.
9. I share this victory because I was one part of 4 parts.
Yeah, you were.
5,
Good job.
4, 3,
This is happening. It's
2,
happening.
1. Give it up for Holly Woodard. App Battle champion. Let's get her mom's spaghetti trophy to take with her. So here we go. Our winner of our first App Battle, PNC 2020, would be Holly Woodard. Give it up to Holly Woodard. So honestly, if you can't tell, just like many of you, we love what we do. We love nerding out about all these tech things, and we love talking to people. So by all means, first off, if you are in a school and no one does KTI, if you don't know what KTI is, get with one of us. Let's get you hooked up with that. Get your administrators nominating people. It is the best program in Pennsylvania. No bias at all, but it's pretty damn good. And PACT, if you're not joining that yet, please do. There's a free membership that can get you hooked in and get all the information. That's how all of us met, was through KTI, and now we text almost on a daily basis. These bonds are huge. We thank you for coming. Give it up one more time for our App Battle. Thank you. That's it. Enjoy PACT the rest of the day.
Thank you
everybody.
guys.
We need a picture. Everybody get the trophy. Good job.
Turn the projector off.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's get the App Battle.
I've been waiting for my hug. God.
Hey guys, how do you make that spinner?
Name of Wheels is the website.
Name